In our daily walk of life, we confront many questions. Many people approach us and talk to us, and they seek our suggestions, and then they ask us whether I can, whether it is about starting a new business or getting into an new academic program, or building a house and talking about a career. What could be my response to that? My response would be very simple. If you think you can, you are right and you can do it. But the most important thing that I wish to tell anybody approaching me would be, yes, if you think you can, you are right. But then you need to think right. This is one of the very serious problems all of us have. We have great ambitions when it comes to our career, when it comes to education, when it comes to our professional activities. We come to situations wherein we are not in a position to decide for ourselves. So, how do we ensure that you think right? It is rightly said that your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habit. Your habit becomes your character, and thereby your character decides even your destiny. And therefore, what is required if you are to be successful, and that too, if you are to sustain your success over a period of time? Sustainability would certainly depend upon thinking right, and therefore, first everybody should try to control the thoughts. If you can control your thoughts, your destiny can be controlled, and you can very clearly create a future for yourself, whatever is the chosen path by you, and whatever is the ambition you have in your life. When it comes to students and especially youngsters, these questions really bother them, because we are living in a world, there are so many attractions. When you do something, something else comes to you. It is almost like browsing something in your cell phone. You took up the phone for browsing something, but you end up doing something else. And at the end of the day, at the end of maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes, you don't even remember why did you pick the phone for. The purpose is lost. Why it is happening? It is mainly happening because of the fact that we don't think right. Say, for instance, when it comes to higher education, especially the young student friends always have a problem. Should I go for commerce? Should I go for science? If I'm to go for commerce, should I become a chartered accountant or a company secretary or a financial analyst or something else? If science, should I go for medicine or engineering or this, that? Because today options are many. When you have so many options, what needs to be done? You need to think. The one question that you need to pose yourself is, each one of us is blessed with so many talents. I can dance, I can sing, I can act, I can write very well. No, but then of all these things, I should ask myself, what am I good at? And therefore, think right as far as your future is concerned. Now, for this, in order to understand what should I do, I keep on asking everybody. I go to my teachers, I go to my mentors, I go to my friends, I seek the suggestion of my parents. But one question that I would wish to ask everybody is, can you tell me who is the person who has lived with you for the longest period of time? Anybody for that matter? Only I have lived with myself for the longest period of time, not my parents, not my teachers, not the so-called mentors, anybody else for that matter. And therefore, what I feel is very, very important. Of all the things that I can do, what am I good at? Can you once in a way pinch myself and find out, am I really investing my time, energy and money, which is very much limited? We don't have, the luxury of living for 200 years, 300 years, 400 years. Tomorrow it might happen due to scientific advancement. That's a different story. But then you have a limited period of time. Within this limited window, what are you going to do? What you should be doing is find out of all the things you can have. We have competencies in different areas. We have proficiency in different areas. But of all these things, If I invest my time, energy and money, where will I get the best return? And therefore, this question can be answered only by yourself. Only I can answer for myself. And therefore, one important thought that should go, the right thought that the youngsters should have is constantly, continuously prepare your own personal balance sheet. Find out, you prepare the balance sheet of others, you go to college and try to find out how to prepare the balance sheet of a company, a partnership firm, a sole trading concern, all these things. But did you ever prepare your own personal balance sheet? What are your assets, namely your strengths? What are your limitations, namely your liabilities? How can you convert your liabilities into your assets over a period of time? How can you work on your liabilities and convert them into your assets? So, if you do that over a period of time, when you look back, your balance sheet will become very, very strong. You will have enough capital reserves. You will have enough shock absorbers, and you will be in a position to be successful. Now, this can be applied to any decision that one need take in life. So, when it comes to the professional, personal, and the ability to contribute to the organizational growth, now one need understand that think right should be the theme. And if you can think right, and if you believe that you can achieve something, you would be certainly be in a position to, because all the resources at your disposal, we are utilizing in a way that gives you the highest return in life. And for such a person, the success is guaranteed. You will wonder, is it so easy? Yes, of course, you have to take risk, you have to try new methods, and all those will be taken. When you look at a businessman, when you talk to a businessman, when you appreciate someone who has succeeded, you say that, oh, he is a great achiever. He has succeeded in his profession or in his business. But you should know that he has taken a lot of risk. But then, what kind of a risk and what is your thought on the risk that you want to take is very, very important. If a businessman, and if you compare a businessman and a thief, for instance, even a thief takes the risk. And therefore, I would say, even the thief takes, because if there is someone who takes the highest risk in his profession or in his life, that is the thief. Wherever something goes wrong, he will be caught. Whereas a businessman, in fact, when I start a company, my investors taking risk, my bankers are taking risk, my employees are taking risk, they are taking risk, to buy my idea. But then, what you would like to be? This is something everybody should think. Which path you would like to follow? Life gives you enough opportunities and enough paths. Taking the right route to success is very, very important. In that regard, don't blame the condition, where you are born, to whom you are born, in which religion you are born, in which region you are born, or at which point of time you are born. According to me, that is not relevant. What is relevant is, take those things as given and then build your own capacity. Believe in yourself. Look at your strengths. Build on your strengths. Utilize your strengths. And then forget about the conditions. Worry more about your own capacity to face challenges. And then most important is, the conditions may be excellent. The capacity could be wonderful that you have built. But then if you ignore the third C, the first one is condition, second one is the capacity, the third C is the character. You do everything right, but a small moment in your life that later you regret, where you did not take the right decision at that point of time. The wrong thought got into. Now you will be in trouble. And therefore, try to ensure that believe that you can at any given point of time. Ensure that your thoughts are right always, and ensure that whatever is the condition, believe in your own capacity, inner strength, never compromise on the character, and success is guaranteed. If you do that, when the capacity and the character meets, certainly that will be an asset. If capacity and character, and they don't go hand in hand, instead of becoming an asset, you could be a liability. And therefore, you have to be very, very careful. Like say accounting, the accounting in life is very, very simple. Just to summarize, I would say, if you think you can, you are right, but think right. Ensure that by making use of the conditions, taking that as a challenge, continuously build on your capacity. That's where the continuous learning becomes very, very important. And at the same time, never compromise on the character. And whenever you are in a doubt, even if you have told a lie earlier, when you are in doubt, tell the truth. You will succeed in life.